Alrighty then, it's time for another Urgot game. This time I'm top lane, and I'll explain why. Which one? I'm actually wanting to learn Urgot top lane. I saw him be played once, and holy fuck, it was insanely annoying. And you guys know how I like playing annoying top lanes that are so underplayed, but it just overwhelms people. It's like, what do you do against this champion? Unlike Kennen, though, Urgot does have a very noticeable weakness, as in he's really fucking easy to kill by the jungler, so you might see that later. Anyways, runes and masteries. Attack damage red, attack damage clearance. I actually wanted some armor pin, but I didn't have the runes set up yet. I just kind of winged it right there. Armor yellow and cooldown reduction blues. With some magic resistance there. Masteries were 2190. So, I took Ignite instead of Teleport because I actually wanted to kill somebody. Though it turns out, you know, this Renekton is playing a lot more safe than I had expected. I don't have the mana yet to harass him, so I'm just kind of sitting around here being cool. Also, it's kind of worth mentioning right now that before voicing this video, I had to take something called a nebulizer. And holy fuck does it make you high. Legally high, because it's a medicine, so you don't die. But, either way, here we go. Ganking Renekton. Renekton decides to fight back and ends up getting himself killed. Hooray for us. I have Tear of the Goddess, as you want to do with Urgot, especially top lane. Bottom lane, you can go with Sheen, since you aren't really, you know, doing much until you want to go for a kill, and you do have a support to help you set up things. But as top lane, it's just you and them, and your opponent. You might be there for 2 minutes and going back every single time, or you might be there for 15 minutes, and you gotta rely on whatever you have there to get, may sustain you. And Tear of the Goddess is everything I have. So I'm harassing Renekton as much as I can, but woe is me. I can't seem to kill him. I want him dead really badly. I want him to, not go home. So I put a ward there, hopefully, sniping him, but, he just hid in the bushes somewhere like a serial rapist, and I go home, buy myself a Sheen so I can do even more damage. Oh boy. So, like I said, remember that whole actual weakness that Urgot has? Well, there it is right there. Evelyn comes in, and there's pretty much dick I can do to save myself there. If I made some cool play with the ultimate, like if Evelyn was far away from me and I swapped her and then whatever, I could have. But they already sandwiched me, so switching over wouldn't have done anything. So I go off. I ward the enemy blue again. I forgot to mention, I warded their blue earlier so my teammate Jarvan could steal it, and he did. Congrats on him for stealing it. Once again, I go super aggro on the enemy Renekton, and he pops his ultimate thinking we were going to dive him, but we had no chance in hell. We would have taken like 2 free shots from the tower before actually getting too close. And as soon as Renekton comes in, Evelyn comes in and kills me again. That's the weakness once again at play as top Urgot. Still though, I'm actually having a blast as Urgot. I sucked at last hitting first, but then, started getting the hang of his damage. Man, I want to play Urgot in rank now, just to piss people off. Oh, bruh, you got yourself a Jax? I'll pew pew from far. You come at me, I just slow you. Either way, in team fights, if they kind of leave you alone, you're just gonna do a shitload of damage. He does a lot more damage than I gave him, credit for. I mean, I've played him as a jungler. I have a video of him as a jungler. You can look it up after this. Team Battle Urgot 1. And I didn't deal as much damage as I am dealing now. Because, I mean, I had items like Brutalizer. I mean, that's a good item on Urgot, to be honest. Brutalizer, Spirit of the Lizard Elder. But that's not as much damage as a Monomune that's getting stacked and a early Sheen would do. I'm building myself a Trinity Force, though, and I do know there's an alternative build of building him more tanky with the Iceborne Gauntlet or a Bloodthirster and just dealing as much damage as you can. But I'd rather go, tanky efficiency, not really tanky efficiency top, but more bruiser, then later into tank. If this game drags out more, the next item I probably would have bought from this would have been a Frozen Heart, but eh. So anyways, fight breaks out. I use my ultimate to kill Evelyn. My first teammate just goes ham and starts annihilating the enemy team. We get ourselves an early ace and we group up and just start pushing. I said fuck top lane. I just keep getting ganked by Evelyn because it's very easy to gank an Urgot. So I just started roaming, being a bro that way. Go home, finish Trinity Force, the damage is real, and boot to Lucidity, because I figured, you know what, I don't need to go Frozen Heart anymore. I can go straight out damage because we're just tearing them to pieces. So Whenever I see a chance at grabbing anybody, I will ult them, and I will try to kill them. Like right here, Yasuo dies, I catch a solution, flip him over, and he misses his dash. Now he's pretty much gonna die. I missed my E because I thought he was going to dash, though I did hit, what's her face with it. I miss a 2Q, she pops her, whatever that thing is, but kills Crucible regardless, and dies. So, I'm having so much fun as Urgot. My friend Ankle decided to play jungle, so I couldn't, do that. And I was probably gonna jungle Urgot anyway, so I said, "Fuck it, I'll top lane Urgot. I want to play this guy." He's amongst one of my favorite. I can't really call him AD carries. I just call him ranged fighters of some kind. It's like he doesn't have like the traits you'd want of an AD carry. And by the way, there's Renekton getting close to me, just flipping him because easy kill, but. He doesn't have any of the traits you wanted in an AD carry, really. So, but he does have a lot of traits you want in a bruiser. At least a damage-oriented fighting bruiser kind of thing. So I'm thinking him, you can build him fat, you can build him damage, but he'll never be as much compared to an AD carry. So, he's sort of like a Pantheon in that way. So he does more of his damage through clicking at people. And has some tanky aspect of him. I mean, passive of Pantheon. So anyways, fight breaks out again. We just pretty much annihilate them. You can call this a stomp, surely, but the stomp didn't happen until we grouped up and we started just rolling them with our team comp. The lanes were pretty back and forth. I know my lane was kind of, lost because of jungle ganks. But once the fights happen, and here you go, so once again, I just flip Lucian as soon as he gets close. I don't get to kill him, and I lose my life for it. But the rest of my teammates just start cleaning up the enemy team. They kill Nami, then they give chase, and here comes Fizz. Fizz is gonna, show the alligator who the king of the swamps is. Boom, there goes one dead, there goes a second dead, and then Fizz kills Lucian too. Enemy team is wiped out. Everyone can't do dick to defend anything, so it's pretty much a win. The enemy team decides to surrender, and we get a cool top lane game as Urgot. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like down there in the description.